we're going to talk in a minute to Michael Dennis of Reelblack Movies, and he's on the Newsmaker line with us right now. Hi, Mike. Thanks for calling back.
Hey, Fatimah. Thanks for having me on such short notice. Just really excited about this new movie, PARIAH, that comes out tomorrow. I just wanted to let people know about that one as well.
Give us the short thumbnail sketch of it.
PARIAH is a movie that won the Cinematography Award at Sundance. It is executive produced by Spike Lee, and it is the debut feature from a woman filmmaker by the name of Dee Reese. And it's based on her short film, which played festivals a few years ago. And it's basically a coming-of-age story about a woman who's coming out as a teenager in Brooklyn, and she's a high school student, and it goes through her angst and woes. And it's just a beautiful portrait film. I can't really think of anything that's like, but it's definitely something that deserves our support.
It wouldn't be a follow-up to Crooklyn, would it?
No, I mean, it's set in Brooklyn, but it's about a young woman. She's a poet. She's a senior in high school, and she's having some family problems. You could draw some comparisons, but it's just as much a queer movie as it is an African American film. So it's a unique kind of story. I don't know if we've really seen that. Maybe 20 years ago, there was a movie called Incredibly True Story of Two Girls in Love, which sort of dealt with that topic. But and then a few years ago, there was a movie called Mississippi Damned. But queer and black doesn't really make it to the multiplex very often. So we need to support this one. It comes out at the Ritz Divorce tomorrow. Also tomorrow is the new Queen Latifah Dolly Parton movie, which is called Joyful Noise, and that's going to be playing more widely.
I so want to see that movie. First of all, I'm a huge Queen Latifah fan. I'm also a Dolly Parton fan, believe it or not.
I'll tell you the truth. It's a lot of fun. Like, when I saw the previews and I saw the poster and I saw that it's coming out in January, I'm like, oh, boy, recipe for disaster. This movie's really not going to be much of anything, but it's so fun. The music is infectious. I think Dolly Parton has like 3 original songs, and then there's Keke Palmer does songs, and there's Kirk Franklin's in there. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely something that you should see in theaters.
And a lot of people don't realize they do not realize the scope of songs that Dolly Parton has written, like the hit song from Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You." Dolly Parton wrote that. A lot of people don't realize, they think about Dollywood and of course her massive chest, and Working Girl, but they don't realize what a deep thinker she is and what a great songwriter she is. And Queen Latifah, of course, is just fabulous all the way around. And this movie is about, I think, gospel music. And
it's a choir competition called Joyful Noise, and Dolly and Queen Latifah are on the same choir. And Christopher Stofferson is the choir director, and when he passes away, the baton is passed on to Queen Latifah instead of Dolly, and then that creates tension, and then there's like a little romance between the young people. It's an old-fashioned musical, really.
I can't wait to see that movie.
It's a lot of fun, but the one that really needs our support is next Friday is Red Tail. Mm-hmm. And I know you saw that, right?
Yes, of course. We had a special opening out at the theater out at the University of Penn, and the place was packed, and there were people who did not get in. I mean, I literally sat in the front row with my neck turned to the side. I don't like the front row movie seat myself.
Yeah, it's not the movie to see in the front row.
No, that definitely is not the movie. But, kudos to that movie and to Terrence Howard and to Cuba Gooding Jr. That movie is awesome. For real, Mike, I don't like war movies. I don't like violent movies. But this was about the Tuskegee Airmen. For people who didn't know, they were the fighter pilots that protected during World War II. And it's really well done. It's not really gruesome, but it shows how those Tuskegee Airmen, who were known as Red Tails, kicked butt, man. They kicked those Germans behinds.
It's an amazing film. I mean, it took George Lucas 23 years to make this film, and he's spending a lot of his own money to get it in theaters, $58 million to make the movie. And it really is a love letter to those airmen. It's for 2 hours you can sit and see black men be heroic. It's got some of the most amazing CGI effects and fighter sequences that I've ever seen in a movie.
Absolutely. And George Lucas, of course, being the director for Star Wars, right?
Yeah, he did Star Wars. I mean, he's an amazing track record. I mean, that's the story. It's like you would think after all the money, billions of dollars that he's made on Star Wars, that it would be that a major studio would have no problem releasing his movie in the middle of the summer. But
because it's the subject matter. Let's be clear. It's the subject matter. They're probably thinking, oh, well, a movie about the Tuskegee Airmen, that movie's already been done, but it hasn't been done like this.
Absolutely.
And the reason I mentioned Star Wars, because everyone knows George Lucas for Star Wars and those incredible special effects. The special effects in Red Tails are just as incredible.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And we're talking about the new Star Wars, too, because he's using all this technology. You really feel like you're in the plane with the bombers and the fighter pilots. So, and he's got like at least 5 or 6 amazing fighting sequences in there. So, I mean, it's jam-packed full of action, and the young actors are great. I really enjoyed it when I had a chance to see it. I'm going to go see it again, when it opens on Friday, and hopefully, our listeners will be there as well. What's happening right now is studios are really afraid. We're in a recession. They're really afraid to back all black cast movies. So it's up to the independents to tell these stories. Red Tails is a movie where there are white actors, but none in the lead. There's no white heroic lead that's leading the Tuskegee Airmen through this. It's told specifically from their point of view. And the same with Pariah. These movies would not be made if it were not for independent filmmakers, independent vision. So, hopefully folks will come out and support these movies. The last thing I want to say, we are doing a dinner and a movie. Donny Hathaway passed away exactly 33 years ago tomorrow.
Oh, my.
And he was 33 years old when he committed suicide. So we dug up a movie of him and Roberta Flack in concert, and we're going to be showing that next Friday night at our dinner and a movie at the Point of Destination Cafe. So.
Oh, up in Mount Airy. Right, exactly. Right on Green and Horder.
Yeah,
Green and Upsall. Sorry, Green and Upsall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Upsall train station.
Absolutely.
So we're showing that, and we're showing a movie called Save the Children, which is another concert film from 1972 that is from the Operation Push Black Expo in Chicago, and it's got Curtis Mayfield and Bill Withers and Gladys Knight and the Pips and Jackson 5 and Marvin Gaye and the Temptations. It's like, and it's a lost film. It hasn't been shown since its initial release in 1973, and somehow we found a copy of it. We're going to be showing that along with Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. So
how can people get on your schedule, get on your mailing list, and learn more about Reelblack?
That's a great question, Fatima. I would say the easiest thing to do would be to go to the internet and check out our website. All the information that I've just talked about is up there. And that's Reelblack, like a movie reel, ReelBlack.com. And there's some giveaways. We're giving away a copy of the original Tuskegee Airmen movie as well.
Oh, okay.
Beginning on Tuesday. We'll have DVD. It's coming out on Blu-ray on Tuesday. So we're going to be giving away DVDs of that as well.
Cool deal. Well, thanks, Mike Dennis, for calling in. Anytime, you're welcome.
I appreciate it. And again, Pariah tomorrow at the Ritz Force, and Red Tails is going to be opening wide next Friday, the 20th.
Okay. Mike Dennis from Reelblack. Thank you so much for joining us today.
All right. Thank you.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Yes, we want to be in bliss. We're going to take a call from Coca.